Hello my friends, hope you're all good. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're trying out a whole load of new Primark makeup. I went to the shop the other day and I got a big bag of makeup, and as you can see, this bag is empty because the boys have been attacking it. But we have a lot to try out today, and I feel like this could be a good one because there are a lot of potential dupes. So let's get into the video. Let's go, let's go. Whew. I think it's time for a fish today. Oh, I'm always shocked by how beautiful I look every time I put these headbands on. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna start off with is this primer. This is called the Prep and Protect. No. Pore Smoothener. Not smoother, Pore Smoothener. And yep, that's all really I have to say about it. I'm guessing it's gonna be like a Benefit professional kind of situation. Looks like it. Smells like clay. And I'm gonna put this around the center of my nose. Sometimes I find that the Benefit Professional, as great as it is, does the job so well. It can pill up a little bit. This one feels a bit more moisturizing. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the center of my face. I did moisturize my face earlier, so I'm just gonna use that as a primer for the rest of my skin. It's gotten rid of a little bit of the shine there. Let's go over this spot as well. It's a little bit crusty. Just tried to shave it off, didn't work. So we're just gonna cover it up. Okay. Oh. What is that? There's no way of making this look nice. Okay, we're now gonna move on to the Sculpt and Freeze Brow Wax, which as you can probably tell, it looks like a major dupe for the ABH Brow Freeze, which I had a lot of bad things to say about originally, but actually, I feel like maybe I had a dud or something because these days I use it all the time. I freaking love it. So this was what, £3.50 inflation. But if this is like as good, I'm gonna be very happy. There's so many cat hairs in this spoolie and I don't know how. But we're gonna shove this in. Does feel very, very similar. Actually feels like it's a bit more like sticky. The cat hairs help to add fibers to my brows. Science. That actually feels very, very similar. This could be a really good dupe. This could be really, really good because it actually feels a bit more like it's gonna stick my brows down more so than the ABH Brow Freeze. So this, for me, is a win. Right, we're gonna move on to foundation now. I don't think I've tried this out before. If I have, they've changed the packaging, but we're gonna try it out again. It's their My Perfect Color Illuminating Foundation. This cost me £6 and I got it in warm beige. They only had a few different shades in the Primark that I went to, so hopefully all of this works for me. Why can I smell burning? I'm sure it's absolutely fine. Okay. Just slap this all over my face. Oh, it's done a bloody good job of covering up that spot there. Thank you. This looks pretty nice. Pretty good. I actually really rate a lot of Primark's foundations especially. I feel like they're doing more shades these days as well. Before they maybe did like 6 different shades, whereas now I feel like they have a slightly better shade range. I like this a lot. It's actually probably one of the nicest foundations I've tried for a while. Moving on. We now have this liquid concealer, which again, I don't think I've tried, but also I might have tried. Who actually knows at this point? But if I have tried it, they've slightly changed the packaging. It's just called their liquid concealer, medium coverage with caffeine and vitamin E. And they only had 2 shades of this. I got it in the shade like 06, which I think was like toffee or something. It was either that or like porcelain, which is basically white. So we've gone with this. Do the usual, round the nose, vein. Don't feel like it's giving me the most insane coverage in the world. Let's try under the old eyeballs. Oh, that's actually not half bad. Okay, we don't look like a demon anymore. Just a little fish. I'm actually quite pleased with that, to be honest. I actually think that looks pretty good. Okay, let's move on. So I'm gonna use the same little brush that I just used because it's brush wash day and I am just currently searching for the product that I'm about to use. I have this bronze whip. It does look a little bit dark. I've used one of these products before and I wasn't the biggest fan, but we'll try this one. We can go with a little bit more. This is the only bronzer I have, so let's paint it on. Nose, jaw, beard. Blends out nicely. Come on, bronze goddess pending, question mark. The bronze part, yes. Not sure I'm quite the goddess with bleep, 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 bleep on my head right now, but maybe. Okay, they've changed something about this. I've tried out a ton of products that they've done like this before. This one I'm actually enjoying. It's blending out really, really nicely and it's a nice color as well. Moving on. I've already got that all in my little blondie bits. Oh Next, I have this cream blush, and it looks like a big fat nipple. And yeah, you can just twist it up. It's sticking out a lot right now. Don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but I'm just gonna wiggle that on my cheeks. Okay, very pigmented actually. I wasn't expecting it to be that intense. Add a bit more warmth to my skin with that as well. Oh, this is pretty. I like this a lot. I don't normally like these sort of blushes, but this is the only one that I could find that I hadn't tried yet. That actually looks really, really nice. And you can put a ton on, and you can feel included in the whole like blusher trend, but when you blend it out, it does actually just look kind of natural. Yes, winner. Moving on to powder, we have this loose baking powder here in the shade Translucent, and it's the same sort of like glittery packaging. I don't know what this like set, what is the word I'm thinking of? Not brand, series, no. I don't know what this is called, this packaging. It's not necessarily any sort of like, why a word's failing me right now. I'm just gonna put powder on my face, but it's part of this range, that's the word. And this was £3. Actually, like in terms of color, it looks quite similar to Laura Mercier powder. So we're gonna do the Huge under the eyes. I find that sometimes Primark loose powders are either a massive hit or a bit of a miss. I'm very, very picky with base, you guys know. It's looking a little bit drier than what my normal under eye powder looks, but it still looks pretty good. Like, it looks quite smooth. It's really good at getting rid of the shine though. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, driver. Bye-bye. Bye. Flippy flop. This isn't my flippy floppy brush. I don't know where that's gone actually, but we're gonna powder down the rest of my face. See how it looks with the foundation. French for foundation, you know. This looks pretty good. I'm actually quite happy with this. Still looks glowy. I prefer it like the powder on top of the foundation, but it still works with the concealer. Might need to add a little bit more in the center of my forehead in a second, but pretty good. All right, we're gonna try out, wait, there we go. We're gonna try out this stick now. They had a few different shades. I went for the one in the shade Daisy. It's basically the same thing as the blush, but a highlighter. Ooh, maybe I should have gone for the other one. This looks very, very goldy, which I'm not usually into. And I'm gonna try it over the top of powder and then blend it out with the same foundation brush that I was using before. Okay, a lot more subtle than I thought, but I have another highlighter to try out, so I'm not mad at that. And it does work over the top of powder as well. It's not making it go all funny or anything. That actually looks quite pretty. Okay, nose, give that a little wiggle. Middle finger as always. I like it. Don't normally like this kind of things. It is a bit grubby from my foundation now, but that's actually pretty decent too. Okay, let's now move on to this highlighter here. I feel like this is gonna look pretty intense. It's called the High Shimmer Pressed Highlighter, and it's giving Fenty. You know, I'm guessing this is gonna kind of be like the glitter bomb sort of thing. It's literally like the most icy white silver highlighter in existence. So we're gonna try this out just a little bit. I'm just gonna take this little eyeshadow brush and pop that right on the top. Bit glittery, but it's kind of like, we kind of knew that, right? I'm not the biggest fan of the Fenty highlighter, but on camera, it's made me look nice and shiny. So if you're into this sort of thing, it is all right. It's just, it has like little flecks of glitter in there. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that, but I can. Yeah, it's doing the job. Like if you wanted to try out the Fenty highlighter, it's not that much different. If anything, I'd say the Fenty one is more glittery. So I actually feel like I kind of prefer this one a bit more. Yeah, it looks absolutely fine on my cheeks. Not bad. I'm now gonna move on to my lips because I only have like one shade of product to try out for my lips, so I can kind of match my eyes to my lips. Okay, so this I feel like could be a potential dupe for the Refi lip sculpt thing. I mean, it's not the exact same thing. It just has a liner and a lip gloss, whereas the Refi one has like a clear lip sealant. But yeah, this was like £2.50 or something. And I got this in the shade Blush, which I believe is actually a name for one of the Refi shades as well. So I see you, Primark. Sneaky, sneaky. I'm just gonna go straight in. Oh, it's actually quite a cool tone color. I quite like the color, you know. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be, but I do quite like it. Yeah, way darker and like more cool tone than I thought it was gonna be, but this is like fully my tone. I like it. So yeah, I do have this lip gloss here as well. I'll probably put that over the top of my lips in a second. It's quite sheer, but looks like quite a pretty color. It smells nice. Okay, but I also have this lipstick here, which looks like a massive dupe for one of the Natasha Denona lipsticks, which I actually have as well. So let's try this one out. They had a few different colors, but all of like the more nudie ones were all mushed up and open. So I went for this one, which is in the shade, who knows, actually. Berry brown. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over the top. It's actually a really good match for that. Ooh, I really like this lip combo. All right, let's chuck a little bit of this gloss like right in the center. It all looks the same. It all looks basically the same kind of color, which I'm not mad at. There's just not really too much to talk about right now. Feels quite nice though. Just like to tap that in. I'm quite happy with that lip color, how everything's applied. Yeah, not too much to say. I like both of them. This is just the lid. There's cat hairs literally freaking everywhere right now, man. But yeah, it's good. Big fan. Okay, next for the eyes, as you can see, I just primed my eyes using my P. Louise base. I have 2 different eyeshadow palettes. I feel like I'm maybe gonna focus more so on this one here. This one is literally just like a neutrals palette, but I really like the look of it, and it was only £2.50 and they did like a bunch of different shades. But I also have this one, which again is completely unnamed, and there's some shimmers and a couple of purples. There's a lot of like champagne-y kind of tones, but pretty nice. Jazzy packaging as well. Disco, disco, techno, techno. And if you can hear rustling, he's currently attacking the Primark bag again. I literally must have spent hundreds of pounds on toys and beds for them. They just like cardboard boxes and Primark bags. Okay, so I'm looking at this shade here because this is a bit of me. It's like a bluey purple, and then we also have this brighter matte purple. I think I might go for that blue though. That one's a little bit crumbly, but the shimmer looks really good. I'm gonna take this shade, no I'm not. I'm gonna take this shade first from the Neutrals palette and just run that through my crease. Because it's a little bit warmer, I feel like it'll contrast quite nicely with the more cool tone bluey purple. Would you like to leave the room now, Michael? Now that you've traumatized that poor Primark bag, you'd like to leave? Okay. Anything for you, my sweet prince. Not the most pigmented shadow in the world. You can see it. It's there. I know it's not going to be the most like crazy like shift of color, but we've seen better from Primark. We have. Okay, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this shade as well. See how this one performs, and then we're going to move on to the shimmers. All right, I'm just going to run this a little bit lower than where I put that other shade. Slight bit of definition. Not that much going on, to be fair, though, is there? No. Okay, let's move on with the same brush, because like I said, I'm lazy and it's brush washing day today. I'm gonna go with a little mixture of these two here and try these instead in my crease. That's a bit better. Hello. It's not much going on here. Just gone in with the darker shade there, and you can see it a bit more, but yeah. These mattes ain't really doing it for me. I'm gonna try one of these shimmers on my brow bone. I think I might actually go for this one down here and just pop that underneath. That's better. Take a little bit of that as well. That's a lot better. Okay, the shimmers are looking better than the mattes. Right, let's try out this like purpley blue shimmer here. I'm just gonna take the same brush that I was using. I quite like to use a big fluffy brush to really lay down like a lot of shimmer sometimes. Let's see how it places down. Finger. Okay, that's better. I was hoping it would be a little bit darker. I feel like it looks a bit more like pastel-y on my lid. What do you guys think? There's quite a bit of fallout with it as well. Like, we can make it work, but it's not the best. Go away. Bit underwhelming. Taking a little bit of that purple just to see if I can add something to this. But yeah, every time I'm blending it, it's just kind of disappearing. Wow. Yeah, there's a shit ton of fallout. I think this is the best we're gonna get. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna clear everything up in a second. As you can probably tell, I'm in a little bit of a rush today, but I have this set here, which has a mascara and a liner in it. It's called the Angel Eyes Mascara and Liner Set, and the mascara looks really, really cute. It kind of gives me like Too Faced vibes. This cost me £4.50. And I wonder what the liner's like. Is it? I think it's just a pencil. Okay, well, I'm gonna pop that. I'm gonna smoke up my lash line a little bit. Maybe put a little bit in my waterline. Oh, okay, good. This is very creamy and pigmented. Okay, we might be able to bring something to this look. And I'm gonna wiggle that along my lash line, kind of messily. And then I'll wing it out properly in a sec. Yeah, just smudge that out a touch. And then a little bit on my inner corner. All right, feel like that's maybe made it look a touch better. All right, let's try out this mascara. I'm quite excited for this because I usually love Primark mascaras. It's got a conical wand, and let's give it a go. They had another mascara that was in like similar packaging to this, but I saw this and I just love how it looks. It's defining them quite nicely. I want a little bit more oomph from them, so I'm gonna go in with a couple more layers. Yeah, now I've got my first layer down, it's getting like a little more tacky. That's doing a pretty decent job. Honestly, if you want like a super cheap mascara, I always say this, if you want something on a budget, Essence and Primark, you're set. They do so many good mascaras. I'm not saying this is the best Primark one I've come across, but it is doing bits. It's making my lashes look quite fluffy. And then just because I did put some black in my waterline, I'm just gonna slightly define my lower lashes. I just got that all over my face then. This is looking better than it was looking 5 minutes ago. You know what's coming? I'm gonna go do the other eye, maybe tidy up my lip line and a little bit of my outer corner as well. And I'm going to add some lashes. I don't know where I've put them. Found them. These are the 3D Iconic Intense Lashes. These cost £2.50. And I actually feel like they look banging. Like, I'm gonna cut off. I'm probably gonna cut them into like half-ish, pop them in the outer corner, and they could be a really good lash. And also, if I cut them in half, 2 for 1. Quick maths here. Saving you money. You're welcome. But yeah, I'm gonna pop these on, finish the other eye, and I'll show you guys the finished look, okay? Okay. This fish can come off my head now. All of this has to change. Right, back in a sec. All right, lads, so this is the finished look, and I'm actually a lot happier with it now. Feel like it all kind of came together in the end. And look, I only used one eyelash. Literally just cut it down the middle, and they were the perfect length to do these little outer corner lashes. I'm a massive fan of these. Love a Primark lash. So this is how everything is looking right now. I'm pretty into it. I really, really love the skin. I wish that eyeliner, no, rewind. I wish that eyeshadow was a little bit more vibrant, like more true to color to what I like swatched it as. Not a sentence, we're rolling with it. And I kind of maybe feel like if my lips were a little bit more pinky, the look would just have a little bit more something about it. But overall, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'm freaking obsessed with how my skin looks, and the brows have stayed in place. I actually feel like this stuff, the ABH Brow Freeze dupe, is probably a bit more long wearing than the original ABH one, so that's a win. Anyway, I'm gonna be wearing this makeup for a little while. I'm gonna aim for like 6 to 8 hours, so I'm gonna include a macro cutaway of how my makeup is looking after however many hours. I'll put it on screen for you guys so you know, but let me know what you think. I'm gonna leave the video here, but let me know how you think everything wore. I actually, yeah, do really quite like how this foundation especially is looking. I'd have to say my favorites from today are the foundation, really into that. I actually really, really like the cream blusher and bronzer as well, the brow gel and the lashes. Gonna go with those as my faves. So yes, my friends, that's it for today's video. Like I said, let me know what you think of this makeup look right now, but also how you think it wore. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please give it a big thumbs up because it really does help me out a lot, and also subscribe if you do want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love ya, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.